Okay, I'm back again. Yeah, so just like I was saying, I ain't trying to talk bad about my ex or anything. But, I'm just like from the past, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks or whatever, or about 2 weeks. I've been trying to communicate with him, but he doesn't want to sit down and talk. But I guess in time he will. But by then it's gonna be too late. I'm on the verge of just letting him go completely, and just so he can do his thing and so I can do my thing. And I don't, to be honest, how I feel in my heart, and he probably feels the same way. We're toxic for each other. It could take a year, it could take 2 years, it could take 3 years, or it could take up until our death, or one of our deaths. But by then it'll be too late. Come on. It's gonna be too late to sit down and talk, because he's always working and I'm working now, and he doesn't have time to sit down and talk to me. Because he's always saying, oh, I have to figure things out on my own, and that's true. I gotta sit down and figure things out on my own too. So, if he doesn't want to be friends with me, or we both think we're friends, but you can't be somebody's friend that you've dated for so long and try to think that friendship's gonna work out. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense. I'm not, I wish him the best. I really do. Once he gets a place of his own and does whatever he wants to do without me telling him what to do anymore nowadays, and that I don't disappoint him. He has to understand, sometimes he disappointed me too, but I never said anything. And every time I try to say something, it's always, we'll talk later. But how are we going to talk later when you're always on the phone to your friends, or, taking advice from somebody else, and not sitting down with your significant other and, try to figure things out together? But if it takes, I think this is funny too, but if you sit down and think, if it takes another man to mend your ex's heart, and if you start to date that other guy, and you're happy with him, and, he gets along with your kids, and, we could be at the same movie theater as your ex, we're eventually going to run into each other at some point, and it's, and I ain't trying to call him a bad guy, or he didn't do this, he didn't do that. We were both to blame on that area. But in a relationship, it's 50-50. You're supposed to, if you work and knowing that your other significant other is taking care of your kids, bathing them and putting them to bed and doing this and doing that, why don't you help out a little bit? Majority of the guys nowadays do, whether if they work or not. But his parents taught him old school, and that's cool. Understandably, yeah, I cooked his dinner, cooked all our dinners, and I took his plate to him. and I let him sleep until 2:30 in the afternoon because he just got off of work at 7, and then he went out to the movies with his friends while I stayed at home taking care of his kids. And then, he takes advice from people that I don't know. I mean, I get advice from people too, but it just felt like we had other people in the relationship. If you're not going to sit down and talk to that person that you've been together for so long, then why have a relationship? Why try? And you know what? And that's what I told myself last night. Why try? Why try to be friends with you when you're just gonna say the same old stuff? And why should I put my heart on my sleeve and take your word for it? I mean, I hope someday. Ooh, gotta get a drink. I hope someday that, he comes to a realization and I come to a realization that, we both agreed on this relationship was toxic and we just, went our own separate ways. And it doesn't take overnight to change. It doesn't take 6 months to change. And to be honest, I'm willing to change. Not for anybody, but I'm doing it for myself and myself only. To be honest. And I'm not like every other woman out there sucking child support on him because he doesn't make that much. Plus, we have 3 kids. Plus, in the state of Tulsa, he just might as well stay living at home with his parents because he wouldn't have any money to live on his own. That would be because a couple days ago, I looked at the child support calendar or calculator, and between 3 kids, it would be $849 every 2 weeks or every month that he would have to pay. So, at least he needs to be thankful for that. Because I'm not talking child support on him. I'm thankful for knowing him. In the beginning, the relationship was good. But I guess towards the end, he just, I don't know, I guess he just got tired of me since I basically annoyed him all the time. And I guess I disappointed him somewhere along the line, but he never. It took a therapy session to let him tell me that. And yeah, I mean, come on. I'm just gonna let him go and let him do him. That's all I can do. And if God is willing to send another guy in my life, like he already has, I hope he'll be happy with someone. And if this other guy, if something with this friendship happens, it happens. I just gotta move on from him. And it's day by day, the memories are fading. The times that we spent, or halfway spent together. You know, the memories are fading from, you know, me cutting his hair and, you know, clipping his, you know, fingernails and toenails, you know, rubbing lotion on his feet when his feet hurt. Yeah, the memories are fading a little bit every day. And to be honest, am concentrating on another guy. But you know, it's somewhat hard to forget the first person that you were with for so long, that you were his first and he was your first. But you know, those memories are slowly fading away. And you know, I hope later in life he's happy. And I know he's happy without me. And I'm happy without him. I mean, I got my kids to concentrate on and everything, so you know, and concentrating on my health and exercising and doing my meditation and working at the same time. And you know, I do wish him the best. And I mean, I love him as a friend, but to take 10 steps back and start dating again, I believe in my heart it's never gonna happen. I mean, not with him anyways, but if since God brought another guy into my life, you know, I'm hoping something happens with him. And to be honest, this other guy makes me laugh. He makes me, I don't know, feel like a teenager again. Something how my ex did when we were teenagers. And I think that's where we went wrong. We wasn't never friends in the beginning. So we just hopped right into a relationship. So I guess at this point, all we can do is just be platonic friends at a distance. And just, you know, give him the respect he needs away from me, and then have the respect that I need just to be away from him. You know, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and blame him or put him down. You know, I'm just, you know, he'll. Mama, I can't put it. No. I can't put it. I can't put it at this one. There it goes. Oh, it can't go. Hey! Okay, you're good. Oh, you. Oh, no. Put it down. Okay, yes. No. Oh! No. Hang on. Get up. How do you get that back? I don't know. Hey! can't fit. Here, we may have to. No! 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 Hang on. No, not Ed! No, no, no! No! I just said no! 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 Ah! No! Hang on. Ah! Oh, you're back. See, you gotta understand, it gets hot. Feel the back of it. It's hot. No, it's not hot. Good. So, yeah, I'm just not, I'm getting to the point where that, I hope he does have a good life. And, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna move on and see where it goes with this other guy. Because this other guy makes me feel like a teenager again, just like I said earlier. And, we've been talking the last 2 weeks, and so, he's actually, been truthful, and he opens up, which is, if you have, just like my ex, if you, have a father that's, I don't know, cold-hearted sometimes, yeah, I mean, your son's gonna be cold-hearted and close his heart because he had a father figure, but not a good one. I mean, I didn't have a good father figure. I mean, hell, half the time all the time my father drunk. So, yeah. And then my ex came along, in high school, and then he, replaced my father. And it's just like when you break up, it's like losing somebody in death. You go through the stages. Sadness, grief, anger, hatred, whatever else. So, I think up to the point where, I don't care no more. And, yeah, I mean, if he wants to go out and, like he's been doing, talking to other women and getting advice from them, oh, well, if she's not doing this and not giving out, then maybe she's cheating on you or some shit like that. But, how could I do all that? I have kids. Plus, I'm not a cheater. To be honest, I would have given my last breath so he could live. I mean, but now I'm thinking, it's whatever. I mean, I'm happy, and I'm doing me, and if he doesn't like it, then don't come around. I mean, you could come get your kids and spend time with your kids, but as long as coming over and, oh, I'm going to take this or I'm going to take that, blah, 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 or how you doing, do you want to, do this? No, I mean, I think from now on my answer is going to be no. I mean, to be honest, I think we just need to go ahead and be friends at a distance. And I'm just gonna go ahead, stop calling you, stop texting you. And then eventually at some point he's gonna, oh, why haven't you, texted or called? Well, it's called moving on, and I'm leaving you alone. Just like you wanted. You've always said in the relationship, from the time we were, I don't know, 28, 29, up until now, that you wanted to be a bachelor, like your friends. Hell, most of his friends are bachelors. Most of them don't even get sex. And I hope you're happy now that you're a bachelor. That's what you always wanted to be. You always wanted to go out and experience new girls. Since you've had an 18-year-old girlfriend, the same old intimacy, but you want to have a different intimacy with somebody else. All I could say to that, before you do that, I hope the chick gets checked out. Because I'm sure you don't want to come down with a sexual transmitted disease. I'm just saying that out of respect. I'm not even, saying it in a mean way or a bad way. I'm just saying, I hope she gets checked. But, I'm not even gonna, I'm just coming on here and just gonna, if he sees this, it is time to let you go free. And to be friends at a distance. And just to co-parent our kids together. And, I don't even think that we're actually gonna sit down and talk in 6 months. And hey, if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Or if it happens in a year, or if it happens in 2 years, or one of us is on our deathbed. But, I hope he does have a good life. I hope he finds a good woman that, treats him better and that doesn't disappoint him. And yeah, I'm grateful for his honesty. I'm thankful for him, loving me at some point. I'm thankful that we do have 3 kids together. I'm thankful for his kindness. I'm grateful for his, being humble and a good guy. And I hope in this journey of his journey and my journey, I hope his journey goes well to wherever it's going to lead him to, and my journey too, wherever it's going to lead me to, all I could say is I am humbled by him. So, yeah. And I'll be happy for him, whoever he dates. I hope the woman, whoever she is, treats him kindly and treats him humbly and treats him with respect. And yeah. Because in the end, all that matters is my kids. Get them to a point in their life where, yeah, mommy and daddy did break up, and yeah, they still love each other on a friendship-based level, and and hopefully at some point in their lives they treat their girlfriends with kindness and being humble, and their boyfriends, because I do have a daughter. Yeah, I think it was time for us just to go our own separate ways. And, I stopped hoping a long time ago that we would ever be together again. Because, if the man upstairs has somebody else for me, and I'm happy with that other person, then hey, I'm basically moving on right now. So yeah, because the guy that that I'm friends with now, he he makes me he makes me laugh. He makes me get butterflies in my stomach, and your heart does that little pumping thing, like, oh my god. And when he when he touches me, he makes my skin crawl. In a good way, not a bad way, a good way. So, but if my ex is watching this, he, I wish him the best. And I do respect him as the kids' father. And yeah. No. But, and I'm trying to communicate with him, but at some point, he just doesn't want to communicate with me back. 'Cause I guess I disappointed him so badly that he just doesn't want to have nothing to do with me, even on a friendship level. So I guess in time, we can be friends. Yeah. But I've done already told myself it's not gonna happen again. It's not. It's not gonna be on a relationship level. So I've already told myself that. So yeah, I'm pretty much, because I'm trying to get back to me. I'm trying to get back to the person that I once was. Before all this got started. But, I'm not, just like I said, I'm not here to hurt him. I'm not here to, disrespect him on YouTube. I'm not, hey, he ain't nothing but a jerk and he's a jack monkey and, he ain't a good daddy. I'm not going to disrespect him like that. And I have the utmost respect for him. And he knows what I've been through. I don't think he understands my mental health of the depression and anxiety. And I don't, because he's never been pregnant. He's never had to go through 3 C-sections. That takes a toll on a woman's body and her mind. And it's just time for me to move on. Have a settled heart, have a humble heart, and have a respectful mind, and, you know, just let him go. And then at some point, you know, I hope we do become friends, you know, on a platonic level, just for the kids' sake. I hope at some point he is happy. And at some point I hope I'm happy. I mean, not like, you know, just happy in general. Oh, come on. Oh no. But I just need to, you know, go ahead and let the memories fade of all the, you know what's funny is I can still remember our very first movie we went to go see, which was Dreamcatcher, and we went to go see that at the Dollar Theater. And we went to the arcade store, because they had an arcade store beside the movie theater. You know, I can't remember what second movie we went to go see on our second date, but, and I can still remember we went skating and everything, and then all the movies we seen together, and all the times that we actually, in our 20s, sat down and talked about the day, talked about how we were feeling. But I guess at some point, you know, he put his feelings aside and acted like a man would be acting. You know, just not aggressive, but, you know, pushing his feelings down. You know, and I hope whoever he dates, he has good communication with her. I mean, because if they, you know, it's just like, you know, if they start dating and date for 2, 3, 4 years, at some point he's going to push his feelings down and stop talking. I mean, it happens. He's always been like that. One year he could be having his feelings all out, and then the next year or so he puts his feelings aside. You know, I mean, I understand you need 2 people in the household to work. I understand you need, you know, money ain't everything, but it's understandable that you need money to pay for stuff. You know, I understand that, but he thinks that I don't understand that. But I do. I mean, I'm not a cold-hearted person. You know, I'm not. I will give the t-shirt off my back to a homeless person if they don't have a t-shirt. I will give my socks to a person, my tennis shoes. You know? And he knows I'm not a bad person. But I am getting my priorities straight. You know? And if it has to take this of him moving in with his mom and dad after, you know, the toxic relationship, then, you know, so be it. I mean, I hope if he does have a girlfriend at some point, I hope she can make him happy, and I hope he makes her happy. It's just like that country song, that Conway Twitty song. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. It's been a long time, you know? And I hope he treats her good, like he did me. And I'm not, you know, he took me out to the movies. We went out to eat. I wasn't not like all these other girls. Oh, you need to buy me a diamond ring, a fancy car. You need to buy me a 2-story mansion house. I'm simple. I'm simple. But if he does get a girlfriend like that, I hope that's gonna be a lot of loan money. That's gonna be a lot of loans. I gotta go pee. Mom, where's my bathtub? Sure. Since I'm being honest here, in the very beginning, the relationship probably was toxic, but we were teenagers. We were, teenagers in love. Didn't even start off as friends. We just went straight into having a relationship, and then, 16 years down the line, 1 kid and then 2 more kids. But I'm not, I told myself earlier, I am humbled by him, for his generosity and for taking care of me when I couldn't take care of myself. Because I took care of everybody else and I didn't take care of myself. But now I understand and I am taking care of myself. I got a good job. I work from home, and and I'm going to work on getting my license. I'm going to work on, getting my ID renewed, and, and go from there. Because I think that somewhere along the way he lost faith. I understand that he doesn't believe in God because he believes in something else, but I have faith in God will see me through. God, through all my years of life on this earth, has never forsaken me, has never once told me that, he was disappointed in me. 'Cause I pray every night when I'm in bed. And, I hope at some point he'll get his faith back to whatever faith that is. And, all I'm saying is I hope he has a good journey and has a good, humble person, and he finds a good, respective kind, outgoing, which is, I mean, he's outgoing a little bit, but not outgoing. So if it has to take me doing this on my own, I'm determined to do this on my own, and I'm not doing it for anybody else but me and my kids and my faith. You know, it even says in the Bible, that God won't never let you down or forsake you. He may put obstacles in your way, but you overcome those obstacles in your life, rather if it's, relationship issues, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, whatever else is out there. He'll never forsake you, and he'll never leave you. I may have mental health problems, but he knows I'm on medication. But he thinks you can get rid of that overnight. Just like he thinks he can get rid of diabetes, but you can't. All you can do is just try to stay healthy and exercise and eat right with diabetes. So I'm the only person that, just like I said, have faith in now is myself, my kids, and God. I'm just throwing that up to God, and he'll guide me through these obstacles that the devil is putting in my way. And the obstacles that's putting in my ex's way. He just may have been in my life for a few seasons, but, there's, I don't know, I'll be okay. I have faith. I gave everything in this relationship up to God, and if God doesn't want me to take 10 steps back with them, then I'm not going to. All I can do is take 10 steps forward, do myself in time with myself, and just if we meet in the middle at some point, we meet in the middle. But I don't know. Only the hourglass can tell. Only time can tell. And there's nothing much more I can say, but in time those memories will fade. In time, the love I once had for him will fade, and into another guy. This other guy would, be humble to have someone like me that's simple and easy and that doesn't want all these fancy things like most women do. And understandably, yeah, I understand that I got on his nerves, but when you get on somebody's nerves, tell them instead of keeping it in. Here, move. yeah, just, that person gets on your nerves, tell him. But he never did. He used to always say I annoyed him. Okay, if I annoyed you, then I'll leave you alone. But knowing my stubbornness, I never did. And yeah, I understand I pushed him away. And I disappointed him. But, he has to look from the inside out. You disappointed me too sometimes. That's the reason why I wanted to talk. But it was always, we'll talk later.
Come on, I want to get out. No.
Yeah, and I understand, and I understand he had to do what he had to do. And he's going on about his life, and I'm going on about mine. And if it has to take another man to step in, or another woman to step in, but no one can mend a broken heart but you. And yourself has to mend that heart. Yourself has to let the memories fade. Yourself has to be, dedicated to that next person in your life. Rather if they come in your life for a season, or for a few months, or whatnot, I was happy to have 18 years with him. Rather if they were good or bad. But, I hope this next relationship goes good, and, we have until our time on earth is done. And I wish him the best. I wish him kindness and hopefulness and joyfulness. And I hope he, he does work his ass off. And, if it has to take 5 years or whatever, I stopped hoping last week that we would ever get back together. So, I guess in the next 6 months or 5 months or whatever, it won't even be useful to sit down and talk. We just might as well stay separated and move on with our lives. But I guess that's the reason why Jesus never had a wife besides, his mother Mary. And all I can say to him is, I wish him the best. I wish him all the happiness in the world. I'm not gonna, I'm not a mean person. I'm not a bad person. I've never once disrespected him out of, I disrespected him out of anger, but I was angry. Who doesn't do that nowadays? If you're angry in a relationship, you're gonna do things. Rather if it's gonna go out cheating on your spouse or whatever. But, I wish him the best, and I hope he finds a woman that makes him happy. And I hope he sits down and tells her everything. I hope he, you know, makes her happy in all aspects of their relationship. Because I was always happy from the time I met him up until we broke up a month ago, a month and 12 days. So, it's gonna take time to heal and take time apart, rather if we get back together or not. I've done already settled on that we're never gonna get back together. So, it's no use to even try. But I'm not gonna sit here and blame him. Because sometimes I blame myself. I blame myself. I'm just gonna sit here and put it out there. I blame myself. I haven't told him that because he won't sit down long enough for me to tell him. I blame myself. I've apologized countless of times. And, I blame myself, but at sometimes it's, there were two parties in this relationship. And if it, and I forgive him, and I hope at some point he forgives me. Because I'm not the type of person who's going to hold a grudge. And I know he's not the type of person to hold a grudge either. He makes up with his friends after they get into a fight the next day. But yet he can't sit down for an hour and forgive me and move on. And it's just like, he's always wanted to be a bachelor. He's always lived in the past. Understandably, I broke up with him 3 times in high school, but that was high school. That was high school. And now, this time, I feel like in the universe, it's different. And then, he's doing his thing and I'm doing my thing. So, at some point, I believe in my heart that we'll never, ever get back together. So, I just might as well stop texting him, and I just might as well stop calling him. And only call him on the important things like, his kids. You need to, come pick your kids up and spend time with them, and that's it. I don't talk to him much. And just concentrate on what I need to concentrate on and move on. Because he's always said from the time we were in our 20s that he's never had anybody else. He's never experienced the bachelor life. So now, since you want to experience the bachelor life and, have different women coming over and having intimacy with you, then, that's your prerogative. At some point, the loneliness is going to kick in. The, not talking to anybody is going to kick in. But all I can do is just let time take its time and move on. And just throw all my feelings and my thoughts out into the universe. And, vent to my therapist and, talk to my cousin, because she's gone through this too. But, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love him. But as the more days and weeks and months go by, that love I feel for him is fading away. And once it's gone, it's gone. And all we can do is be friends at a distance. Because since God has given me a new guy that I've been talking to the last 3 weeks and been hanging out with, if he's the one, he's the one. But we're taking things slow so we can get to know each other. So I don't have to rush into a relationship and it turns out to be a bad one. I don't need that drama because I have kids. But if God is putting this person in my life for a season or for a lesson, so be it. Or if he's putting him in the way of being a boyfriend, and that he would, the guy thinks the world of me, and that would do anything for me, and never, we, never walk out on each other, and we actually communicate, and we actually sit down and talk. That's a sensitive guy. That's a guy that actually is meant to have. Not this, thuggish or guy that just puts his feelings aside. What does he think he's teaching his sons? To get into a relationship for so many years, have kids, and then, get disappointed in their wives or girlfriends, and then, go on to the next person? I'm not going to let my boys be, put their feelings to the side and disrespect their girlfriend like that. I'm not going to let them do that. By all means. If you think the relationship ain't right within the next 6, 7, 8, 9 to a year, don't be in the relationship. Get out of it. Sit down and talk to the girl and, have communication and, separate and see where it goes. I'm just sitting here and, this is real talk. I mean, I never once, disrespected his family. From the beginning of our relationship, his family disrespected me because I was white. I was white. I mean, understandably, yeah, you're gonna listen to your parents and listen to everybody around you, but, I never once disrespected his father because I understood what he was going through because his dad, drinks and smokes. I never once said anything bad about his family. His sister didn't like me, but every time I went over there, every time I went to his sister's house, his parents' house, I always came through the front door with respect. And I never once disrespected them. But yet, I'm the bad person. I mean, come on. I mean, to be honest, I should have just walked out a long time ago. And never came back. But I came back because I fight for my relationships. Rather if they're, I don't know, friendships or relationships with your parents or with your siblings or whoever. You know, I never once disrespected any of his family members. I always stood by him, rather if he had a new job, if he had got into an argument with his friends, or if he was just pissed off at work, if he, stubbed his big toe or dropped something on his foot. I was always, hi, Kenshi, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hello. Thank you for joining my room. Yeah, and I'm just, I don't know if, because there's relationships everywhere in this world, but if you have any, hi Abe. That's cool. I've never worked in a bank before, but that's cool.
What cool?
But no, I'm just on here Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. But, no, I'm just on here just venting a little bit about, ex-boyfriend issues. But, yeah. To be honest, it's time for me to woman up and just, I don't know, do things on my own, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What do you mean by that? But, that's the reason why, I made this YouTube channel. Just...
No!
Yeah, I understand that. I've been single for a month and 12 days. But it does get better when, as the days go by and it hurts less and less. You just...
Ow.
Aw, thank you. That means a lot to me.
Come on!
Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to forget the past for, it does me the same way. I still have triggers. I mean, you've been with the person for so long, what's the word? You want to be with that person, but, if that person doesn't want to be with you, it's time for you to, do yourself. Sometimes in a relationship, you just gotta do yourself apart from that person. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in 6 months. It takes a while for you to mend your heart. Yeah, I completely understand that too. I have 3 kids by the man, so it's not really actually I have to see him, when the kids go over there, I have to be, and this whole co-parenting thing is new to me, I've always I've always had him here, but now it's like I'm doing things by myself. Although when he was here, yeah, he washed them and, changed their diapers and played with them, but, he just never had time. Thank you. Yeah, they're the love of my, they're the loves of my lives,
Okay.
of my life. And, I'm, well, where do you live? Because I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
No. 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 Oh my god.
Oh, the States before? Okay.
This is no one.
Oh, you're in Singapore. I've never been there. I don't even know where that is. Here, get off of my head. You're hurting my head. Get the laptop and put it on the charger.
No, I don't.
Well, you need to go upstairs and go to bed.
No. Hello, guys. We play Minecraft.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we have.
I'm in therapy, and therapy helps me a lot. And I hope in time
Get out.
I do find someone that's,
And we have.
I wouldn't say treats me like a queen, but, that loves all aspects of me, my likes and dislikes, my faults and, guilty pleasures,
Oh, hints. Oh, that's a box. That's one horse whip. Oh my god, that's one horse whip. What? That's him soon. That didn't come out. Boy.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you much. If
You just, put in Tracy Roberts, and that's Tracy with an I.
okay,
And,
go. I have a cup.
I am on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
And we have his thing name and what I would call now Emmy and Marcus and get.
And I do come on YouTube every now and
Whoa! That's
then. Yeah. Instead of, that's how it is. And I'm getting a little bit stronger every day.
I don't know.
And it helps, to forget sometimes because I have kids. Because they're my main. Because right now they're my main focus, and plus, I work from home.
Okay, boy. I got one. Yeah. Ooh, that's too much shit. Whoa! No. No, and that's how on that. Thank you much.
And I don't want to disrespect him in any way, shape, or form, but a man that doesn't talk to his significant other or a woman, vice versa, that just put their feelings aside and just.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's Tracy Roberts. I have a different Facebook picture.
No. Where do you pee-pee? Bad boy. What?
And and I just last month I started an exercise routine to keep me healthy and try to keep my mind focused on what I needed to be focused on. And I've been meditating a lot too the last month or so. Just so I can stay focused and everything. So I don't do yoga. Some of those positions are weird. I'll watch your videos, but I mean, I'm down to try to do anything. I mean, especially if it's like, it's simple meditation. Okay.
Not too much. Look it up. My phone.
But yeah, now I understand it's hard to be in a relationship.
No.
Sometimes. Stop. I don't want a donut. Stop.
Yo. What the hell?
But, you know what they say, people... I work for a company called Top Flight Assistance. It's a company or a credit repair place. And all I do is post ads on groups on Facebook. Stop. Yeah, my 5-year-old, he goes to school, and next year my 3-year-old will be going to school, and then I'll have one kid, which is my daughter. She'll be turning 2, so it won't be until next year she goes to school.
No.
Stop. All right, since you stop. Okay, well, do you have a Facebook page?
Please? Yeah.
Just go ahead and put in the comments, put your Facebook page name, and I'll look for it before I go to bed.
I want to see a bill. You tell me now. I want to see a bed right now, Mama.
Well, go to bed.
You need to go to bed.
No, you need to stop. You need to calm down. Would you get down? You're hurting my leg.
Yeah, this.
Marcus, I've had enough of you. Stop.
You don't, right?
You need to go to bed. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. Go to sleep.
What? No. No more.
Thank you. I do deal with depression and anxiety, but who doesn't in the world? But I do try my best to be, inspiration to somebody. Rather if it's, somebody in the States or out of the States. Because, I deal with... do you have an Instagram account? Because I also have Google Hangout. And you just put in TracyRoberts3030@gmail.com. Because I don't have Skype or WhatsApp. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I do have Hangout. It's tracy3030@gmail.com.
There.
But it does suck for having, someone in your life for so long and then all of a sudden it's, you don't anymore.
Sorta.
Stop, DeMarcus.
Goodbye.
Marcus.
Wait.
Here. Go.
Just pink, Mama.
Here. Now go put your drink up. Go put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Here.
Now.
Yeah, you can love somebody with all your heart and give, your heart and soul to them until they just, crush it into a million little pieces and you're left there picking it up. But it does, in time, it does get better and it's, you'll get a little bit stronger every day and, you just gotta focus on you and, your family and, just do you for a little bit. And if God puts somebody in your, in your sight, then,
Mama?
yeah, I understand that. What, DeMarcus?
Cool. Ice. Let's put ice in the fridge.
Yeah, to be honest, I quit smoking cigarettes like 3 or 4 years now. And I did it because of him and having kids. Because I went on to the vape and, I do vape, but right now my vapor's broken. And I did it for him because he asked me to. He sits here and thinks that I've never listened a day in my life to him, but I've always listened to him. But it's hard, but I will get better, and sometimes you just got to give it up to the man upstairs. Sometimes, and he'll put you on the right path. Because just like I said, like an hour ago, he never. Yeah, let me go ahead and stop this live stream, and then I'll come back. I'll be right back, okay?